You built a business people love, but behind the scenes, it's all on you. Vision to Grow is your space to lead with clarity, hire with purpose, and finally breathe again. I'm Chrissy, your no-fluff leadership expert, here to help you hire better and lead teams with less mess. Hello and welcome to the Vision to Grow podcast. I'm Chrissy L, and our podcast is shifting as we move from 2025 energy into 2026. Look, I usually love this time of year. I love the ending of the year, the beginning of the new year. I think there's a lot of power and there's a lot of beauty in that. I myself am listening to lots of reflection podcasts from other people. But let's be really freaking honest, December is also incredibly tough. And human brains are wired to focus on the negative. So no matter how many amazing things you've achieved in business, in life, in mum goals, in family life, your incredible holidays, our brains are wired to sometimes fixate on things that have not worked as well for them. And I want to talk about not just goals, but about getting really honest today. What do you need more of in your life, in your business? What do you need less of? What do you need support with as we head into 2026? And this podcast episode is for the woman that I want to directly talk to and say it is okay to realize that you cannot do it all. It doesn't mean you are failing. It means you're evolving. I want to say that again. It is okay to realize you do not have to or do not want to do it anymore. That does not mean you are failing. It means you are evolving. I don't know why, but so many women I meet in business feel like it is all on them, that they are the only one capable to do what they do, or that they are the person who knows it best, and you are stunting your own growth. I have never wanted to do business solo. It's just, first of all, it's absolutely not an option for me. I am a single mom. I have my kids mostly full time. I live in Australia on the other side of the world from my family. I don't have that support. So I need support in business. I need my clients to have other people to go to. I can't do all of the things, and I can't be working in the business, serving the clients, all of that, doing the marketing, doing all that solo. It's just not possible. And early on in business, we are going to outsource and we are going to get business coaches and support. But at some point, are we going to grow our business? Are we going to grow our business, grow our team, grow our IP, our systems, our AI robots? Or are we going to just keep leveraging other people's? And that is what I want to ask yourself going into this year. Like, I've started this episode off intensely, but I want to really ask you, what do you want to start doing next year as we head into 2026? And what do you want to stop? So out of today's episode, what I want you to do is have a reflection. I want you to celebrate the wins. I want you to think about what went great, what can be improved, so that we can make 2026 your absolute best year yet. And you know what? Even if it isn't, at least we started with that amazing energy, because in mum life, I know it. I think this every year. I'm like, this year is going to be the year. And then it's obviously a roller coaster like every other year. That is the nature of having young children. And it's amazing and it's beautiful and it's messy and it's not either or, but we plan for success. We make a plan to have the life that we want. And if we are taking action moving forward, we're going to get way closer to that, right? So let's do that piece. And I do this with my clients all the time. If we are talking about vision and clarity, a lot of business owners I work with, they're really clear on the vision. They want to launch the course. They want to not just be an agency. They want to have a secondary income. They want to stand on stages. They want to be known as a leader in their industry. But what they don't necessarily have is the clarity is the steps to get there. So I say vision is the top of the mountain and clarity is the steps to get your way up the mountain. That's what I do. So I am really good at understanding where people are now and where they want to go to. But we can do that together today. So this is an amazing episode to get a pen and a piece of paper out or talk to your ChatGPT, but do some reflection on this. If you could do just the bits in your business that you absolutely loved, that make you money, what would your day look like? What would that feel like? And what support would you need to get you there? i.e., what would you do more of? What would you never do again? And you can literally probably take my voice and play it into your AI. But what are you going to start doing next year? What are you going to continue doing next year? What are you going to do more of? I did this exercise last year and I was like, I'm not talking enough. I'm not showing up on my socials enough. I'm not doing reels where I'm talking to camera. And I came to the realization of the thing that I love is I actually love recording a podcast because it serves so many purposes. I get to do that long form content. I get to talk about what I love. I get to share that with an audience, even if that's just 10 people. I get to do that. And then I have people listen to my voice and then they want to work with me or they want me to go on their podcast. It's so powerful, but also it's more content. And me not talking, me writing drains my energy. I would much rather talk and then use that to leverage the writing. That's my zone of genius. So last year I said, I need to speak more. I've got a whole podcast episode on this, but I need to speak. Inevitably, when I started leaning into that, I got speaking gigs. That's on the roadmap for next year as well. Something I want to stop doing is I need to stay in my lane with my clients. So I am great at strategy. I'm great at requirements, documents, workflows, digging about in the back end of Asana, Notion. It's not my jam. I have team members who are amazing project managers, amazing at that real OBM level. That's not me. I sit a level above that as a strategist. And that's what my clients pay me for. They're not paying for me to do admin and input information and do data entry. They're paying me for my brain. And that's what makes me happy. And I truly believe when you are in alignment, when you are doing work that makes you happy, only good things come from that. I took a really similar approach when I did my studies. I went to pick my degree. I loved sociology at A level, or I think it's your HSE level in Australia. And I said to my family, if I do work that links to something I love so much, surely it's going to work out for me. And it did, inevitably. So I think it's backing yourself on what are your gifts, what lights you up, what can you do more of, how can you get support to do more of that? It's so powerful. And I have done that over and over again. And that's on the business side. On the personal side, I had a lot of transition on the personal side. So earlier on in the year, there was more of a split arrangement with my kids. For the latter part of this year, they've been with me a lot more. I can't go into a lot of detail on that. And I understood that there was no way I could do this completely solo. Like, what if I got sick? The house goes under. So I think people say to me, how do you do it as a single mom? My house is a mess. When stuff's busy in business, when stuff's hectic with the kid, the house is a mess. And having a messy house causes you stress. Even if you're not the tidiest of people, I don't like it. I don't like there being piles of laundry. I don't like there being piles of dishes. So I got a robot vacuum. I got a babysitter. I need to re-engage a housekeeper. And probably the bigger piece for me next year is I'm going to look into getting an au pair and sorting the house situation out to facilitate that. I also want to work out of my home. So I want to move the bedrooms around, which will move my office, which will probably mean I want to have an office out of the home. So it's that energy. Like, I love going and working in a co-working space. So the next logical step is to probably get some office space. So for me, I want to do less housework. I want to have less mess around my house. So therefore, I need to take steps to get that. And I don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but I'm going to take action. And I know that I need that support and it will come. We need support in life and in business. No one's meant to do either of those things solo. Bring on the freaking AI bots who come into your house and do your housework. I say, I desperately want one. I tell my son I'm going to get one in 2027, probably missing an arm. We're going to be early adopters of that, because as a single mom who has her own business, who has 2 little kids, I feel like I'm doing 3 jobs. I make a joke all the time. I want a wife. I'm sure I'll date again. I will meet a lovely partner. But right now, that is not my focus. It's business, babies, and then trying to build a bit of a life on the outside of that for 2026. I think it's really important to have these honest conversations, but write it down. What have you loved this year? I love speaking more. I've loved doing my podcast more. I've scaled my team. That has been so powerful. I want to develop my team. I want to grow them. I want to take on more clients. We're doing a lot of strategy, a lot of digging deep into our systems to make the experience better for our clients this year. And then we can go into 2026 with that fresh energy, knowing that we've got the systems to hold more. So what does that look like for you? Where are the bottlenecks? I appreciate bottlenecks is used so much in business, but it's so powerful and it is so true. If you are the bottleneck, what would it take to stop it from being so? You're not going to scale your business by squeezing more hours out of yourself. Otherwise, it would have already grown by now. You are going to scale by getting the support and the help that you need. And that needs to fit you, not what someone else says on Instagram, not what I've said in the podcast. You could have a completely different end game to me and a completely different support system to me. If you've got a partner, if you're single, if you have kids, if you have grandkids, your life will look business. Therefore, your business should too. We build businesses to suit the lives that we have and the lives that we are working towards, and not someone else's version of success. It is so powerful. I really feel, and I talk about this all the time, the shifts I have had since baby number 2, since baby number 1, Jesus, have been so huge. And then you throw in the mix, starting a business in that time in your life. And I didn't know business at all. I only knew business from learning from other people. And I felt like I got a little bit lost in there. I went a little bit girl boss, which is probably not really me. I tried to be a bit more glam. I can't keep it up. Like, I don't want to be glam all the time. I don't want to be perfect. I'm not going to all these fabulous events right now. Sometimes I am, and I will probably more, but I am also in the thick of single mum life with little kids, and that is okay. And I need the business that can support me with where I am at the moment, and it will grow and it will change and nothing stays the same, which is amazing. But I'm okay with where I'm at personally. I just need the business to support me. I also had the conversation with my team the other day about sometimes I think there is so much beauty in building systems, building team, and getting support when life is throwing you some serious curveballs. If you plan everything, if you do everything, when everything's cruisy, everything's smooth, how do we know that it's going to support us in those hard times? There is so much power in that. What does that support look like for you? I work with a social media manager recently. She's incredible, and I'm sure I'll get her on the podcast. And she had grown this incredible business. If you ever go on business Facebook groups, people are always looking for social media managers, and she is amazing. Like, I love her vision. She's very forward thinking. She loves research. Her reels are incredible, but she'd simply bottlenecked herself because she was one person. So she'd hit capacity. There was no way she could do any more. She's very smart. She's definitely from corporate. She's able to put systems and process in, but she simply did not have time. And she didn't understand exactly what support would look like for her. She came on a VIP day with me, and I said, look, first of all, are you ready to grow? Like, have we got all of this scarcity out of your head in that you can't serve more clients? Have you ever had a problem getting clients? I know if I go to a Facebook group, there'll be 10 posts there tomorrow saying, I need social media help. I do this. Do you know who you want to work with? What your services are? She knew all of this. So I said, right, well, we just need to get you some support to help create the content. You will still be involved. It will still have your stamp on it. You will still have your stamp on it. Your clients will be working with you, but you're just going to have some more support so that you can deliver better to those clients and take more clients on. The support she needed delivery support for her clients. We hired her 2 Reels VAs. She still gives the guidelines, checks everything and approves it, but some of the execution is done by other people. And then the same for graphics, Canva, those things. I gave her the system. I gave her the support. She had me to support her. I gave her a system, and she now has team to support her. Her revenue will double next year. I have no doubt, because one person cannot be an agency. One person and 3 VAs who are specialists at certain elements can be an agency, can grow, can take on more capacity. And the stronger they are, the more they're trained up. She can replace herself in that agency should she choose to do so, and then create a whole nother revenue stream in coaching for social media, for example. It's really, really powerful. The next little tip I'm going to give you is a support audit. So grab your pen and paper back out. I gave you the prompts. What do you want to do? What do you never want to do? What do you want to do more of? It's the first bit. The second bit is, where are you trying to grow? And are you still doing that alone? What does the support look like? Again, AI, systems. I really do want to preface this with, I think people think they're going to plug in another tech platform and it's going to do everything for you. What is the problem? What would the solution look like? And ask people, bounce it around. And then if you haven't got the skill set to hire that, to refine that role, to find it, just ask. There will be someone to do it for you, rather than you sitting in that overwhelm and not moving forward, where you're probably losing money, maybe losing clients. Where are you trying to do what you're still doing where are you trying to grow, but you're still doing it all alone? And is the support you need Is it strategic support? Is it coaching support? Is it emotional support? Like taking that emotional load off you for home? Are you asking your partner to pick up the kids one more day after school so that you can do an extra hour in your business, for example? Is it operational support, or is it logical support, like there's a problem but you don't know how to get your way out of it? So I'm going to repeat that for you. Is the support you need emotional, operational, logical, or potentially some sort of strategy coaching? Tie that back to your life and tie it back to your business. What I give you when I work with you is not just business strategy, it's life design. What support do you actually need next year? And are you ready to ask for it? And when I say work with me, you listen to my podcast, you hop on a free call with me, you work with me, you come to a masterclass. For me, it's all the same. I just want to help more women in business have the life they actually want. It is absolutely my why. And if this podcast makes it easier for you, if you can take those prompts, that makes me so happy. You're allowed to want ease in your life. You're allowed to support yourself through getting support. You're allowed to build support into your life. I want you to lean into 2026 with clarity and not chaos, and really think about the life and the business that you want to build. But so importantly to me is that you have the job in the business that you love that supports your actual life. 2025 has been amazing and beautiful. I'm sure it has for you too. And I wish you, as we wind down December, an even more powerful 2026. And I would love to know what you thought about this episode. The Vision to Grow podcast is changing direction. We are looking more holistically at the women in business and their journeys and how they have learned, so you can learn from them too, including myself. But I really care about support. And this is coming from a single mom with not a lot of support. I have to build that into my business. And it is so attainable for you, no matter what level you are in business, whether that is getting a VA for 10 hours a week, whether it is bringing in an operational strategist, an OBM, whether it is getting team to take on more of your delivery. It is available to you at whatever level. If you're already invested in coaching, you can invest in execution. Move the needle forwards and get yourself closer into the role of your dreams, and your business will flourish. I am so excited for where this podcast is going for 2026. If we are not friends on Instagram, why not? Come and say hello. I'm at Chrissy, ChrissyeElle_, Chrissy L, like Elle Woods from Legally Blonde. And I will put all the details in the show notes of where you can find me. But if you are not subscribed to the podcast, please follow along. I love the podcast. I will always share. I will always help you. And if you've been listening to 2025, thank you so, so much. And I can't wait to share with you more in 2026. I'm Chrissy L. It's been amazing. Until next time.
Audience exclusive.